President Moon Jae-in's state visit to China. Hopes of overcoming the twists and turns in bilateral ties were pinned on that particular event. Now that he's back, anticipation builds over how things could be different from here on. Park Hee-jun zooms in on the main agendas discussed during the summit and what was achieved.
President Moon Jae-in returned home on Saturday after finalizing a 4-day state visit to China, which was highlighted by a bilateral summit meeting with his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping. Their summit meeting on December marked their first official one-on-one talks following 2 brief encounters on the sidelines of major international events in Germany and Vietnam back in July and November, respectively. President Moon's main goal for his first state visit to China was to cement mutual trust and mend ties between the two nations. Under this goal, the South Korean leader focused on the 3 main topics: North Korea, the THAAD deployment, and economic ties. The 2 leaders agreed on 4 principles in dealing with North Korea. No war on the Korean peninsula, pursuing the nuclearization of the regime, a peaceful resolution through dialogue and negotiations, and improved inter-Korean relations.
The 4 principles are highly theoretical without any specific proactive solutions. However, enhancing communication channels for the 2 leaders, such as the hotline, signifies a step forward in addressing the issue.
Also, while there is great significance in that the 2 sides had a mutual understanding on North Korea's nuclear provocations, experts say China's remarks against military options may have aimed to keep the United States in check.
The 4th principle, being against war, dilutes the United States' decision to prepare for military action. This agreement with China could hurt bilateral relations with the U.S., so South Korea should hold separate talks with the country to maintain trust.
On the THAAD issue, despite their differing stances on the deployment of the missile defense system, both leaders agreed to carry out the October 31st joint statement, in which both nations agreed to work to put their relationship back on a normal track as soon as possible.
Only U.S.-China talks can completely resolve the THAAD conflict. But the fact that the word THAAD was not directly mentioned shows that the Chinese government's anger has evidently calmed down.
Stemming from the THAAD feud, South Korean businesses suffered year-long losses due to China's economic retaliation. But key accomplishments were made in putting the 2 countries' economic ties back on track. Dozens of MOUs in a variety of fields, including trade and energy, were inked, and the 2 nations promised to speed up negotiations for the expansion of their bilateral free trade agreements in the service and investment sectors, with the first round of talks likely to take place in January or February of next year.
The Chinese service market was very much closed until now, but China has announced that it will gradually open it, which is a big opportunity. Because Korea is strong in services like finance, insurance, logistics, and air transport, hopes are high for the FTA negotiations that are due to take place at the start of next year.
However, President Moon's first state visit to China was also marred by an assault incident to 2 South Korean photojournalists by Chinese security guards near the beginning of the summit. Those reporters were only trying to get some closer footage of President Moon, but for that, they were dragged out of the hall and attacked by the guards, leaving them badly injured. Both sides are conducting their own investigation into the case. Yet with both countries having expressed great interest in renormalizing diplomatic ties, it appears that the assault did not do much to belittle the 2 nations' efforts. And in addition to the 2 countries' efforts to build trust and enhance their bilateral relations, the upcoming 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics next February, endorsed by China to further peace efforts, may also be an opportunity for the Seoul-Beijing relationship, already in its 25th year, to grow even stronger. Park Hee-jun, Arirang News.